Hey everyone, Mike Money Gamer here, and welcome to Let's Show Off. This is the first time ever that you will see me have the game on the actual screen, like this, right off the bat, instead of starting out like I usually do. So, anyway, this game here, Intelligent Qube, is the game I'm showing off. And is a game that I used to play the demo of like freaking crazy.
First stage.
Now, to those of you who've never played this game before, it is a puzzle game. And how it works is you gotta destroy these blocks before they get all the way to the end here. If you destroy all of them, you get a perfect and you get a block added to the end. I didn't do that right. Your goal is to try and clear the blocks as fast as possible, as you see on the right. If you can destroy every block within the amount of moves that it gives you, you'll get bonus points. If you can destroy it even faster, you'll get even more bonus points. But sometimes that's not very possible to do. So don't worry if you don't get it. Now see how it turned red when I did that one to try and get, bonus points? Yeah, it'll get mad at you if you do that. And another thing I should mention, these are random. So like this game, if you decided to play it along with me, for example, the blocks will not always show up the way I have it right now. They will sometimes also show up in other patterns. But really, not talking about this game was not the only reason why I wanted to play it. So typically, when I play a game like this, I record it using my, DVD recorder. I have a DVD in there, and then I hope to God that nothing happens to it while it's recording, right? I'm not doing that right now. In fact, this game probably wouldn't look this good. As it might actually look super pixelated right now, and that is actually for good reason. I'm playing this on a capture card. Yeah, it's a shock to me too, if you're shocked, because I'll just be honest with you. I've put off grabbing a capture card for as long as I have because, well, let's just be honest, I thought they would be like incredibly impossible to use. And actually I did have some issues with this. This isn't like the first time I've attempted to try to record this for you guys. In fact, I can honestly say that the first time I tried, my computer crashed because the program's speculations did not want to do it. I cannot believe that worked. Because when they updated the... oh, get rid of this. With you don't want to have one of those whenever you have... whenever you have those black cubes. So you might notice that I'm just letting the black cubes go off the edge. If you capture them, they destroy your platform. And if you run out of platform space, you die. And that's the end of the game. Now, I'm trying to remember just how many floors there actually are. If I remember right, there's, I want to say 5? I think, no, there's a lot more than that, but the game gets a lot harder, so I've never really made it that far in this game. So that sound effect you hear at the end, that explosion sound, that means that was the last one that you got. Now it's going to stay here for a little bit and give you just a little bit of time to marvel in your 27,000 bonus points. And then it starts the second stage up. Whew. So, this is where things get a little bit more challenging. Oh, fuck. No, we can't do it again, because I just got killed. It is very easy to panic when you fail, like I just did there. And you will die really quick. Now, this score here, don't pay attention to it, really. The IQ score is based off of, well, how do I explain this? It basically is based off of how often you were able to capture just the blocks and not the, forbidden cubes as they call them. And it also is also based off of stylish points as well. So as you see here, you can continue if you hit yes, and it'll put you right back into stage 2.
Second stage.
Second stage. I swear the guy who did the voice for this is the same guy who did the voice in Legend of Gaia. Now something you can try to do that doesn't always work is you can actually force the bomb, which is what the green tiles are. You can actually force the bomb not to blow up in a certain space by putting your own capture spot there. And if you do that, it will keep from blowing up the forbidden cube, yes. But I will tell you something that really sucks about it. You have to sit around and wait for it to get into the spot where you want it to get. And that can be kind of dangerous. Because as you notice, the blocks are moving, and if they run you over, that's it. We got one of our blocks there. Now, some interesting things I should mention about this game. Like I said, I used to play the demo a hell of a lot because I thought the demo was just amazing as hell, of course, right? Let it go one more time. There we go. But I never really made it very far in the demo. Because in the demo, it puts you on a random stage. And for some reason, it always put me on one of the harder stages. And for someone who's never played the game before, that's kind of stupid because you're not going to know how to play the game. And so you are going to mess up. This might actually not be well for me. Let's see if I can't get something out of this. There we go. 9 out of 5, yeah. On the second stages, I really don't do very well. Me and my family have played this a couple of times because I knew that my mom, who really loves puzzle games, would really get a kick out of it. And we all tried to play and get it as far as we possibly could. But we didn't get very far. We only got to about, I think it was the third or fourth one of the stage 3, I think it was. Oh, this is dangerous as fuck. There we go. Alright, everything worked out just fine. Oh yeah. Here's something really fun that you can do. If you're not finished with the stage, run up here. Oh! It doesn't hurt you at all, it's just something funny that you can do. But here's something that's really sad. If you do manage to clear the map and you know, get and like not give yourself enough space for the new blocks to appear, you will actually get knocked off the stage, and that's happened to me before. It was like when I finally started getting good at this game, that happened, and I was like so mad. I was like, are you serious? Here I thought I was actually getting better, and now you're letting me feel like I'm stupid by saying that, nope, I still screwed up. Oh, and by the way, it's actually been a very long time since I recorded, so that's probably why I'm sounding kind of weird right now, and not really like sticking with my speech that well. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just because kind of out of it a little bit today. Let that go one more. Triangle. Fuck. Oh well, let it go two more then. There you go. Shoot the rest off. This round. Oh! Oh! He sounds like so upset too. And like, you know, it's pretty neat that it has voice acting when there's really no actual dialogue in the game. Like, there's really no story to this game or anything. It's actually just see how many puzzles you can complete. Let it go one more. There you go. Get rid of that back row. Alright, delete this. Well, it's actually not technically deleting. It's called capturing. Is actually kind of funny if you ask me. Oh, here's something else I should mention about this game. If you're like me and you have a very hard time following multiple things at once, you may not actually enjoy this game because there are times where like you have to remember, okay, I place my cursor at this point, so I don't want to do anything until it passes this point. Yeah. Brilliant clear bonus. But yeah, that's Intelligent Qube in a nutshell. Basically, you just keep going from stage to stage until you die. You can save your stage progress by having a memory card, which is interesting. Or you can just go into the I'll show you in a second if we when we get on the next stage. You can actually go to like the main menu if you like get a game over, and you can actually
third stage
take and fix yourself, like play something like that. Now, I want to go over one more thing with you real quick. With this game. See this here? You gotta be extremely freaking careful when you walk in between cubes. And here's why. If you're not careful about how you walk through a cube, you will get smashed because it will fall on you, and you will, of course, die. Now, to prevent that from happening, you want to do something like that. You want to like measure how well your character runs and pay attention to that. Now, if you beat this game in a certain way, you can actually get a character who runs faster than this guy. His name is Elliot, by the way. And Elliot is basically, let's say it like this, your basic of basic character, while like the other one, I forget his name, is supposed to be your like more speedy character. They also have other ones, but I'm not sure what they do yet. I didn't look them all up just because I was curious what the other characters that you can unlock are. But you have to do certain challenges to also unlock them, and that's kind of a annoying little thing. By the way, you might have noticed something. I always tend to go after the bombs first. In some cases, it's actually a really bad idea to do that. Because you might actually want to save a bomb for later. And the second you have any bombs, you can't, you know, detonate them in order. You have to detonate them all at once. Also, don't hold the square button for whatever reason. I'm panicking. Ah, fuck!
Again.
Alright, well, that's okay. If you lose a block, usually it's actually supposed to cause you to lose a block on the end of your base, too. I'm surprised it didn't do that. Now, who would I recommend this game to, if you guys are asking? I recommend it to anybody who needs a nice, fun brain game from the PlayStation era. In my honest opinion, this game does make me feel smarter sometimes. But I was just saying to my good buddy Patrick, also known as Try and Morning, I was saying that sometimes though the game makes me feel stupid because like if you watch like the demos of like the people who created the game or whatever, you will feel stupid because some of the moves they do are some of the moves that you would never have thought to try yourself, and so you will, you know, let's do that. Okay, we lost a block, but that's okay. You don't get any points for that, sadly. See that in the bottom right there? Every block you lose adds up. And if you lose a whole bunch of blocks, you will suffer for it, yes, for starters. Let that go one more. Boom. Alright. Grab this bomb for later. Boom. Kaboom. So yeah, my commentary is gonna take a dive here for a second, because now I'm really trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. But yeah, I could see this being a game that you could play with like your friends, your family, and all that, as like a little competition game, seeing like who can get the furthest. But eventually you're gonna find yourself like playing so well that you'll just automatically get super far in the game. So I don't honestly know if that would mean anything to you. You know? I got 11 hits from that. I think that's the best combo I've ever gotten. It makes me feel good about myself. One more, boom. There we go, get this one. Come over here and grab this scraggler. Actually, there we go. Ah! I lost another piece of my land, but that's okay. Use that bomb immediately, why not? Oh. One thing I actually started doing before is because I didn't understand that you had to wait for the block to go over the thing to capture it. And if you do that, yeah, you're going to notice that, well, nothing actually happens. Actually, we're about to get a game over here. Unless I can get through here. I will say it makes you feel really bad whenever you have blocks go over, because you're like, oh man, I screwed up. Even though technically you didn't screw up. And you might notice that sometimes the puzzle that you just did might repeat. The cool thing about that is if you get smashed, it'll actually say again, like I've shown before, and it'll actually repeat the puzzle you were last on. So if you think you were doing really bad, you can just do that. I captured a black one. I was like, why did it not count it as the one thing? Like perfect. Alright, let it go one more. Capture that. Let it go one more. Capture that. Oh, okay, I could have actually... Damn it. Oh, I had another bomb over there. Oops. Aha! Perfect. I didn't mean to say it like that, but hey, what do you know? Oh, well, I ended up going longer than I expected. Let's just keep going until I die. What do you guys say? I mean, I have a capture card, so I might as well. I mean, this thing's like not even affecting my computer that much at all, so I might as well go for broke.
Fourth stage.
Yeah, here it is. This is the stage. Fourth stage, I would have to admit, is pretty impossible. Not only with actually like capturing everything, but literally with not capturing black forbidden cubes. Because God forbid you are going to, because especially if you don't know the trick that I've been doing where I've been keeping it from capturing forbidden cubes by hovering over like that. Oh, I must still have one. Huh. I'm gonna do that one. I just gotta get rid of those so they can't get in front of me. So yeah, we're definitely gonna die on this stage. I can already tell you that right now. But don't be so upset with yourself. I mean, it's really not that big a deal. I can honestly say that the many times that I've played this, I have literally gotten stuck on this stage without a single perfect. And it is literally because there's just times where you just end up finding yourself being like, how do I get this to work out for me? You know? Oh, I missed it. Damn it. Let's see if this kills us here. I don't know how far it goes. Oh, it doesn't go that far at all. Okay, well. Alright. Blow that up. I'm not actually sure what the music is supposed to be. Oops. Oops. Okay, so to use this bomb, it's supposed to grab it like this, let this go a couple times. Just like that. Perfect. I had to say what the song reminded me of. I would say it kind of reminds me of like something you hear out of Star Wars. Oh, by the way, you might have been asking yourself, what determines the size of the bomb? It actually determines where it is on the board. If it's in the middle, it's going to be, I think it's like 4x4. And if it's on, like, say, for example, the sides, it's going to be, yeah, 4x2. So that's how you know that. But if you start like mixing bombs together, which you can do by doing something like this, going again, please. There you go. You can start getting really crazy looking. Fuck, what am I doing? Lost another stage. I got hit right at the beginning of one time. It made me feel so stupid. I was like, well, there goes my chances there. 1, 2, boom. Alright. Oh, that was really good. One, please. Ah! Yeah. Well, I said I was gonna go until I ended, until I got a game over, and that was it. So let's see how our score was. 202,000, which doesn't mean much, apparently. And our IQ was 102. Not bad, not bad. Triple digits. I think that's like the first time I've gotten 102. Now, as I said before, you can go back into the menu by hitting X. Let's say no for now. Go to memory card. Well, it's full, so I'm not going to do it. Oh well. But, like, you can kind of, you can come into game mode here, and you can put yourself on whatever floor you want, a level you want. 4 is is actually one, I guess it is the last stage, huh? But that's why it's so hard. You have to beat level 4 to be able to unlock the next part of the game, from what I've heard. But yeah, if you do that, let me tell you something that really sucks though. It doesn't keep your score. So what ends up happening is you go into that stage, and so your IQ will probably end up being like, maybe 10, or some other low number, even if you did perfectly, because you started in a way later stage. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, let me just go over my little ranking for this game, because because that's what I do. I always have to go over a ranking of a Let's Show Off or whatever, right? So this is a PlayStation game, right? And as such, PlayStation games were pretty good for their time, right? We all know this. We all realize that PlayStation games are pretty fucking amazing in some cases, right? But we're gonna go over our little, ranking system as always, with starting with graphics. And I'm gonna do my out of 10, I think, this time. So the graphics for this game, honestly, even for their time, I would still have to give their graphics like a 7 out of 10, because although it does look very smooth with this upscaled graphics of the component cables that I use now for my capture card, I still, from what I remember from like the old connection and all that, it was very pixelated and it looked really bad, but I mean it still was very fun to play. And you don't really recognize it back in the day anyway. Okay, my next one is, well, like, I'm not including story. Like I said, there is no story to this game, so I'm not including it. Gameplay. For a puzzle game, I would have to say that, the gameplay is very, intricate, I think is the word I'm looking for. Like, or basically another way of saying, like, the gameplay is very, the game is, like, really great for its time. Like, it works really well from what I can tell. Like, the controls are very fluid and all that. So I give the gameplay, like I would say maybe an 8 out of 10. Because like I said, it can get old real fast if you just keep playing the game over and over and over again. Especially if you're not very good at it like I'm not, you won't actually enjoy it as much, especially playing through like the first 3 stages. But if you play it for, you know, like let's say you come into the game and you're a perfectionist and you're like, I gotta make sure I get those scores perfectly. Like, you know, it says, okay, only 2 moves once I put my first marking down. Alright, I'll do it in 2 moves by putting my first marking down. That is awesome. If you do that, that's great. So that makes the game even better, right? And so, yeah, I mean, you may not agree with my rating, but I still say it's an 8 out of 10. And I know this, I did say I kind of included this in gameplay, but controls themselves, I will say that I still give them like about a 7 out of 10, even though I do say they're fluid, because there are times where you might find yourself being like, okay, like, especially since there's really no real explanation other than like, well, like, here, I'll show you one more thing. My controller's right here. Yeah, put it down for a second. I'll show you one more thing. Come to exit and come over to rules here. Now, if you watch these little videos that the game gives you here, they will explain what I basically did. So, like, I'll go over something real fast. You know, when I was capturing the cubes, I had to do it once it fell on the spot I had marked, right? If you came into this game and you did not know about that, and since the demo version only allowed you to basically do this and this, and like even then the rules weren't really explained that well in the demo version, these 2 right here, they just didn't do anything. And so you couldn't go into options mode, you know, you couldn't say, oh, I want to play, like I only want to start on game mode 0, so that way I don't feel stupid, right? No, they won't let you do that. So it kind of sucks, right? It's like, oh, well, if I wanted to start on a lower level, what was I supposed to do? And what the game would normally start you on is this one, or this one. I've never seen him put you on stage 1 or 0. So yeah, that was another thing that kind of pissed me off when I first played this game. Anyway, so like that's my beef on controls. I feel like they didn't explain them very well, and that kind of sucks. Let's see. Replayability. Well, like I said, if you beat the game, there's unlockables. And so, I mean, it does make the game more fun in that regards. So I'd say replayability is like maybe an 8 out of 10. Because see, here's the problem. You may never see the other, like, things. Like, see, like, you got, like, textures that you can choose for the stages, right? And, like, it goes like this. It goes stage 0 as, of course, texture 0. Stage 1 is texture 1. Stage 2 is 2, 3, and 4. But you can also say, I want all of them to be texture 0, right? Or whatever, right? And then you can come in here and you can see your character. Now, this is supposed to be able to fill up with more characters as you beat the game and, like, solve little challenges. But here's the problem. The game doesn't tell you any of the challenges. You have to look them up. And that's another thing that kind of bothers me, you know, just a little bit. But yeah, replayability, like I said, about an 8 out of 10. Because, like I said, there's just, if you ever get to see the new players and all that, then yeah, it's worth it. But if you just want to play it for fun, yeah, I don't know if you would really consider it as high as I gave it. So, I don't know. But let's go into overall. The overall rating for this game is going to seem kind of harsh. But I think it's like basically, in my opinion, a 6 out of 10. And I know that sounds strange after all the praise I just gave it, but here's why. This is your basic of basic puzzle game, in my opinion. Yes, it has random number generators. Yes, it has all that. But it feels like that you're playing the same game every time you start a new game. And I don't like that much. Like, in my opinion, I feel like, oh, because like, yeah, I like it that way on one hand, but on the other hand, I don't, because you can't really get better at the game, in my opinion, if you can't always tell what puzzle's coming up, and that can kind of suck, you know. But I think that's basically it that I wanted to talk about this game. To find this game, you're gonna have to buy it online, I'm afraid, because of course I have not seen it in any discount video game stores or anything like that. I haven't even, like, I've got lucky on finding it online for a decent price, so yeah. In that regard, yeah, you're gonna have to do that. On another regard, I say that if you pass up this game, don't worry, I understand. You're not missing out on much. Like, some people would be like, oh, you're missing out on a great game. No, I mean, if you can find a way to just, you know, play, like, I don't know, a demo of it or something, then you might enjoy it. Or just watching this video might allow you to get your fill of the game, so that's up to you. But, final word that I'm going to say is, I enjoyed this game. I hope you guys did too. I will say that every time I played this, I did feel a little bit smarter each time, because even though I continued making similar mistakes each time, I did feel like I was understanding it more and more. So if you do come in and you do play this game and you're like, I hated this game because I couldn't figure out the first stage, don't give up. Just keep trying. It's worth it in the end. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video game I do. And do know that I now have even more window for games now that I have a capture card. So, look forward to whatever those games may be. Till then, bye.